Here we are in my red-tailed Tropicbird reprod plot, or reproduction plot. There are 10 of these on Johnston. 5 of them are within the infestation area and 5 of them are outside of the infestation area. That's just to see how the red Tropicbirds, how their nesting has increased or decreased in these areas, and to compare those. I think both of mine are inside the infestation area, so it's not like everybody has one of each. Mine are probably the sparsest populated plots on island as well, because right now I just have one bird. I just have one nest. I think whenever I got here I started with around 12 or 13, and they've just steadily decreased since then. Most of my birds fledge though. I think I have the least amount of birds but the highest fledge rate, so that's good. At least my birds are surviving. This is what our data sheets look like. So we have like the number of the nest here, and then every day is listed out, and so I'll add today onto here, and this is my only bird left. So E is egg, and then we go through the stages. So C1 through 10 are the stages of the so it's like chick stage 1, chick stage 2. There's 10 stages to Tropicbird development, and then it ends with well, none of these are successful. Oh, actually, yeah, here's one. So this one fledged. This one, the egg was gone, so it never hatched, but then the egg was just missing, probably either eaten by a cattle egret or something to that effect. And then this one is dead chick. So one of mine got to stage 10 and then died for probably just starvation. Its parents didn't keep feeding it, which is sad, but that's nature, so it happens. But yeah, I just have one stage 2 chick as of last week, so we'll go check that out and see how it's developing. We also have a staging chart here, so if we forget what the stages are, then you can look at these and see around how old they are and yeah, what to look for. But yeah, so my plots, it's 250, they're all 50-meter plots, so it's same as everything else, same as the grid system that we use for all of our other surveys. But so I have 2 50-meter plots. They're back to back, so it's just one right next to the runway and then one just in the woods. And so the one in the woods, I had 2 chicks earlier, but they've both fledged, and now I have no chicks back there, and it's really hard for them to get back there. It's hard for the adults to get back to that area to like find a nest that's easy to get to, or to like make a nest that's easy to get to. So most of my chicks have just been in this first plot, so I'll show you around a little bit. Tropicbirds like to nest underneath things to stay safe from would-be predators, I guess, and just because they're ground nesting birds. And so stuff like this, these plukia, I had birds that nested underneath here when I first got here, and one was also in that bush, so just under there. It's hard for me to see them, but it's nice camouflage for them. And so I just have to look around this entire area out in the front here to see if I see any new parents sitting on an egg. And so it goes to these bushes over here, and then it just cuts across, and then it's all of this area, and then probably another 70 meters behind this, so it's just all woods. So it's hard going through there enough for me, so the birds don't really like to make nests there, which is nice, because then I just sort of have to, I can see pretty easily inside, like it's not super thick, but there's just a lot of trees. So Tropicbirds are pretty clumsy birds, so it's hard for them to take off and land and stuff like that. So they don't want to be crawling on the ground they do sort of like an army crawl to get out of the to get out of the brush, so they don't want to have to do that for too long. So this just isn't a good nesting spot for them. So some of the other reprod plots on Johnston are better for them. So some people have had like my plot together, this one right here, and I think the entire time that the cast program has been going on has only had 230-ish birds. Other ones have had like 500, 600, so this one's pretty weak compared to those. And the one behind it has only had 88 birds, so yeah, way less. So here's the bush that my dead chick is in. So this isn't all too common occurrence on Johnston where birds just die. A lot of times they'll walk out onto the runway trying to take off, and then they just never do. They just lose the energy, and then they're like, well, I can't do anything else now, so I just sit here until the sun bakes them and they die. But so you can see this one, this little guy just died down there. He's full stage 10. He could have fledged, but either he couldn't get out or his parent didn't come back or whatever, but he ended up dying. So that was my first dead chick. I've had a couple that the eggs were just gone and the parents left, but that was my first chick that died, so that was kind of sad. But so it goes. There's a lot of death here on Johnston. Bird colonies are no joke. Now I can present to you my only remaining chick number 232. This is a previously used nest site underneath this coconut palm. We have this cute little guy under here. Want to say anything? Anything to say? Nothing? Usually pretty vocal. There we go. About to say you're stoic, more stoic than usual. But yeah, and then we mark it with these polka dot flags so we can always tell where it is. That's more like it. Being a little careful because there's some wasps, but right there's a nest under there, and it's fairly large, so I don't want to anger them, but you can see that those scapular feathers, the ones on the shoulder, have erupted, so now that means that this bird is a stage 3. So he did grow up a stage from last week, so that's very exciting. Sometimes they skip a stage. If they're getting fed really well, they may just go from a 3 to a 4, or that's not skipping stage, a 3 to a 5. Seen some go from like a 6 to an 8 or 9 like pretty quickly. Or sometimes it may, like one of mine stayed at stage 1 for like 4 weeks and then it made it all the way to 10, but just the first 4 weeks it was underfed, malnourished, I guess. But yeah, so just sort of all depends on the parents whether or not they're being successful with their hunts. But this little guy is growing up, so that's exciting. We are at my reprod again, and my only nest that I found thus far. Still the same one. I haven't finished looking throughout my the entirety of my plots, but I haven't seen anything so far, and I've gone over like 3/4 of it so far. But You can look at this little guy again. Hello. What's up, birdie? I'd say it's a stage 4 now. It's secondary and tertiary feathers are coming in now. So yeah, it's getting a little bit bigger. What was that? I guess that's it. But yeah, the vegetation's clearing out a little here, so I feel like it's easier for the birds to get in here now, but I still haven't seen any new parents. But maybe in the coming weeks I'll have some more. Everybody else is getting more birds in their plots right now. Like they're having new eggs being laid, so I'm kind of the only one that's still in a slump. But maybe soon my luck will change. All right, well, back here in my reprod plot, I've had a few birds loafing, which means they're just sort of sitting around thinking about building a nest, but haven't yet and haven't laid their egg. So we did the red-tailed Tropicbird MIC yesterday. There was 2 or 3 loafing birds in my plot. I came back the next day, today, and there aren't any that I found so far. At least the ones that were here yesterday aren't here anymore. So, but I do have exciting news about my bird. It's reached the weird teenage stage. It's a stage 5, and it looks pretty ridiculous. Are you ready for this? Check this out. Hey Einstein, how you doing? Have anything to say? Guess not. It rained last night, so it may still be a little, not under the weather, but just a little annoyed that he's all wet. So I think he's not really feeling like saying anything today. But yeah, he looks pretty crazy now. And it only gets crazier from here. 6, 7, and 8 are all pretty weird looking stages. They don't start to look rather prim and proper until 9. And at 9, all they have left is a fluffy butt. So 10 is when they're fully feathered. They still don't have the adult plumage yet, but they are ready to fledge. If I get lucky, this guy will fledge before I leave, but if not, he should still be a stage 10 by the time I leave, maybe. That's if he skips a stage. Well, maybe during the changeover he'll be a stage 10, but this will be my only bird that I found, hatched, and went all the way through all the stages. So hopefully to stay alive. That'd be really great. But yeah. All right, here we are back in my reprod. I just found one loafing bird. She hasn't laid an egg yet, so she sort of freaked out whenever I tried to tip her and ran off. But my one nest is another stage older. We got stage 6 here. Really looking like Einstein this time. Hope I don't anger these wasps. Oh! I did. Well, didn't get stung, but the wasp came at me and headbutted my hand. I don't really want to spray that nest because it's so close to the baby. I don't know how to get rid of it, but I'll zoom in on it so you can see him now. Or it. I don't know what it is. There's the little guy. Or girl. It's hot today, so she's panting away. Gular flutter. Wish I could get you guys closer, but yeah, the wasps are not having it today for some reason. Back in my reprod yet again. I have had 2 loafing birds that I found so far that haven't laid an egg, but they're hanging out. I got another one. Our nest that we keep checking is right there. If I can zoom in correctly. There it is. There's another one sitting over there that I have yet to check. But my one bird that I know is mine, the chick, is now a stage 7. So that means its dorsal feather tract has come in. It's the feathers on its back under its wings, or between its wings, I guess, have come in. It's kind of, I can't really show you that because I just had to poke around under its wings to find it or to see them. But we'll see if the wasps will let me take a video of this little guy or girl today. How's it going? Yeah, it was just talking to me right before, but now silence. But yeah, we'll go check out this other one, see if it has an egg. If it does, I'll show that to you. But it looks like everybody's just loafing right now. It wasn't that one, but I found another one over here, and she does have a little egg. So if I can tip her enough for you guys to see. Excuse me, Mom. See that little brown egg under there? All right, you're going to be nest, what, 233? So we'll set her up with a nice little polka dot ribbon with her number on it so I can remember where she is. And we'll keep looking, see if there's any more eggs. All right, we're back out here. My one chick is right on the cusp of being a 9, but I'm still gonna call it an 8. Looks pretty much like a stage 10 now, except that it still is a bit downy around the neck. So that's why I'm not saying it's a 9, because 9 is just downy around the butt. Yeah, let's see if these wasps are gonna give me trouble. I already found 2 new nests today, so 2 more eggs. And I just started. I think I'll probably find a couple more, but we'll see. But anyways, this is this little guy now. You're just talking to me. Oh. What was that? It's a little reserved today. Yeah, some of the ones, like the one that I pointed out last week that was just right over there, is no longer there. So it was just loafing and evidently didn't deem that spot good enough for it. But I have one. Where'd it go? Oh, it's right over there. Right there. And then I have another one that's like further over there in the front, like right at the edge where the woods starts. But I'm gonna keep looking, and if there's anything else worth filming, I'll film that too. The other ones were just sort of dense and brush, so it wouldn't have been very, like you wouldn't really seen the bird that well. But yeah, I'll keep looking. All right, we're yet again in my reproduction plot. I actually already did and took all my data for reprod yesterday, but it was pouring, so I didn't bring my phone, so I wasn't able to record anything. But I got a new egg, and my one chick is now a stage 9, looking pretty dapper, looking ready to take on the world, but it's hiding its face right now and thinking about taking a nap, I guess. But It has the fluffy butt as the stage 9 implies. Well, it doesn't imply that, but stage 9s have fluffy butts. And now it just has to get rid of that last bit of down and to be a stage 10 and to be ready to fledge. So probably in 3-ish weeks, if it doesn't die, it'll fledge. So here he or she is, being cute and hiding his face. Hey! Hey, little bird. Oh, that was cute. Still have to watch out for those wasps, but yeah. And as they go through the stages, they change their calls. Their voices change, I guess, going through bird puberty. But I think like 6 or 7 is probably the shrillest, most annoying. They're kind of cute at this age, and they're pretty cute as a 1 or a 2. But I have 2 weeks left on Johnston, so only 2 more of these videos probably, maybe just 1. But yeah. It's been great. And now I'm starting to get more birds in here. There's a few more that were loafing today that weren't yesterday, so maybe I'll have a couple more eggs by next week. Yeah. All right, I think this is my last reprod. I'm gonna have to show my successor, like where all the nests are, but I don't know if we're actually gonna take any data on that day. But my stage 9 chick is still a stage 9. Didn't get any bigger this week, so hopefully it still gets some meals from its parents and grow up and be able to fledge in the coming weeks. I just got 1 new egg. Still have a lot of my plots to look through, so I might have some more new eggs. But I'm at, 6 nests now? And this is the little 9 now. Hello. Still kind of small for a 9. We can get a lot bigger. Tropic birds at a distance seem like kind of small birds, but then once you get up next to them, like they're pretty big. They're very light though, as are all seabirds basically. But yeah, this is maybe the last video. Yeah, I got nothing else. Hopefully I'll find some more eggs.